right? There is this thing that people used to say, why do people that have lived for like 30 years shit, like men that marry for 30 years shit on their wife? Why does that happen? People try to study that, like why is it that this woman is amazing, and why do at the end of the day you shit on the woman? And what people came up with is that when people start relationships, they try to modify each other. Now, it's very important that in every beginning of relationship you be yourself. If you try to be someone who you are not, that yourself, it will be hibernated in your brain because of these old feelings for that person. That your real self will be hibernated. In particular, the information of yourself will be hibernated. It's not dead. So you're dating someone and this guy is a party guy, and all of a sudden he's no more a party guy because of you. And you keep being with him over the years and you think that he has changed, of course, but the brain doesn't delete. The brain just stores information. It doesn't delete. So over years, few things. It might just come once. He would just ask himself a question like, if I wasn't with this one, what kind of life would I have been living? It might not go forward, but like he will ask. And after a period of time, he will just like, he will just like allow that stuff to consume him. And that curiosity of, it's not like he doesn't love his wife. He will reach the third stage, which I will explain. He will reach the third stage, but it's like that adventure that he has missed, that place that is hibernated, he wants to explore it. He wants to explore that thing that he didn't explore while he started the relationship. That is why it's important. And that's when I say, like, you can,
for every case.
Yeah, so like when you feel something for someone, and like after a while you don't feel, it can still be ignited, like it can still come back, and immediately, like there are some people that I had a crush, like someone will have a crush in secondary school. After secondary school, you will not have the crush for the person, and immediately you see the person, boom, all those things start coming out.
It depends.
So it's like, of course, man can fade, but it's not deleted. Like brain doesn't delete. So yeah, you want to say?
No, I just wanted to add that some factors might play in,
Yeah.
A crush of like 10 years ago, maybe in high school and stuff, then you see them now, they're married and 2 kids, and you might not really feel anything for them.
Yeah.
Because there's something.
Yes, factors definitely.
Maybe they started looking really uglier.
Yeah, maybe they started looking uglier.
Like, oh shit, damn.
Yeah, true, very true. Very true. So that's the first stage, right? So the second stage, like I feel this thing for this person, I want to build a future with this person. You cannot have the second stage in 10 days, you cannot have it in 1 year, you cannot have it in 14 months. It has to be from 2 years to 5 years being with this person. You can't, it's not magic, it's just there, frontier. Now what part of our brain, what neurotransmitter does our brain release? It's called dopamine.
Yeah.
Serotonin. Yes. So dopamine, what is dopamine? So I'm going to use another of this thing. People that smoke weed, that pleasure they feel, it's dopamine. People that even smoke, and they feel a certain pleasure. It's not in very high weed can give you high concentration, even cocaine, very high concentration, but these are drugs, right? The natural way is you are with someone that you love and you want to build a future for that person. Once you are being with that person, now dopamine is not sex hormone like serotonin. No, serotonin is like I want pleasure. Dopamine is more like I want something great. Yes, forever. You're like having a promising future with that person. So that feeling, it comes. Yeah, it's just like being you. So I know all the bad things about you, but I love you regardless. That is dopamine, Same thing with smoking. I know say this thing will kill me, but I love it regardless, So that's dopamine. So you guys know the bad side of Guido, right? Yeah. The frontal cortex reducing this thing. Dopamine also have a bad side. and that's the term toxic relationships. When you know that this is not working, but you can't stop being in it. You know, it keeps releasing it, and you know that this thing is bad, but like because of how you guys have been together, you just can't let go. A part of you, like you're conscious, all your friends will tell you that this is bad. You see it, but you can't. You know, that's how our body works. You know, it creates that kind of bond with that person. You know, so that's the second stage. So second stage, 2 to 5 years. If you're with a partner and you guys are 2 years into the relationship and all you feel is still a giddo, it's okay. Wait till the next year. You guys can talk about it like, oh, what do you feel for me now? If the person says, you can't use the word love again because what does that love mean? So if you use a new word like frontier, it's now understandable. Like, okay, we are expecting. So if 4 years into the relationship, you guys haven't gotten to the stage of frontier, you guys talk about it. What's the problem? What are we doing wrong? Or if it's one person, you guys talk about it too. You know, and then like if you guys reach 5 years and only one person is feeling that way, you can, because of you already know, you won't feel as hurt. Yeah.
Can this also happen in marriage?
Yes. So the thing with marriage is like you can feel a giggle for someone and marry that person. Yeah. So marriage doesn't have anything to do with like it's just your personal decision. You know, it's like a certificate you guys started. You guys can marry anytime. You know, so but that's the time period for marriage. There is no concrete time period. I can't tell you to marry in like 5 years. I can't tell you to marry in 2 months. You decide when you want to marry. But that feeling will come at a specific time. The Giddle, 60 days, the frontier will last for 2 to 5 years. Not like it will last, it will begin 2 to 5 years into the relationship. That is concrete. But the marriage, there is no definite distance. So whenever you want to marry, just know that these things will happen. So if you're marrying in 2 months, you're taking a huge risk, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen, right? But you're taking it. It might work out well for you, it might not, but that is what you're taking. People, they study like this young generation and they've noticed that this young generation takes very long to get married. Why? It's because our brain is like trying to tell us that we start dating for like 4 years, 5 years. Back then, you know, our parents' generation, I like this girl, let's go meet your father, let's do this. But now we're taking longer because our brain is trying to tell us that like it's so uncertain, you know, and even at that, the divorce rate is very high because people are just going into the love, the marriage thing without knowing where they are going to, so without knowing the end. So back to the 2 to 5 years, right? The 2 to 5 years. So you guys now, one person loves. So let's say you guys reach the 50th year. Only me feels the frontier. She doesn't feel the frontier for me. What do I do?
Divorce.
End the relationship. Because there is no, once it passed 5 years, you cannot say, oh, let me wait 1 year. You know.
This is Big Brother. Nini reports to the diary room.
Nee.
We gotta spell this thing.
I heard nee.
Reports